Visionary leadership. The 4 points that we're going to be covering today are creating a vision. What does that mean? How do we create a vision? And what kind of input are we going to ask for to make that happen? Then the vision has to be shared. You have to tell somebody about the vision that has been created if you want people to follow the vision. Then there's committing to the vision, your commitment, as well as the people on the team. And then sometimes the vision needs to be changed because things happen. That's what we're going to be, the 4 points we'll be covering today. The first point is creating a vision, starting with listening to your gut. What's your passion? Where do you feel excited? Where do you feel enthusiastic? Where do you feel drawn? And talking next with a trusted advisor of some sort, somebody you can talk it through with, have conversation, get their input, their feedback, so that as you're developing the vision, you're not in isolation with it, you're getting help from other people. And then there's the team. The team helping you with the vision is really important, because if the team is not helping you with a vision, their buy-in is a question. If they're buying into it because they've participated in it, they've had their voice in it, it's going to be so much easier for everybody to be on board with what it is that the vision is asking for. Then write it down. This is very important to get it in written form in some way so that it can be shared and people can read it. Some people are good at hearing things. Some people need to read things to really take it in. Having a written vision gives everybody the chance who especially need to hear things, to take things in, to read it again, read it again, read it again, like we are doing every week in our Toastmasters group, sharing our vision at the beginning. This is your organization. Wherever this vision is that you're responsible for creating, it needs to be your vision, not somebody else's vision, not trying to implement somebody else's vision. Even if you're part of a company and you're a department manager, there needs to be your energy in the vision for your department. The bigger vision may come from a larger organization, and having it be your ownership, you may want to modify something specifically in your particular group, a couple words, or add a sentence on that hadn't been there, that put your stamp on it. I worked at HP for 10 years, Hewlett Packard for 10 years, so there was a lot of that going on in our department. When you create a vision and communicate it with others, this is fabulous. And here's our vision statement. Well, I'll read it again, even though we just heard it. We are an advanced Toastmasters club, which supports maverick leaders to have more impact by providing advanced feedback on leadership skills and discovering what it means to be an out-of-the-box, innovative leader. Sometimes your vision requires a leap, and it's a leap of faith, because your vision to be effective needs to be 5 years out, 10 years out, 20 years out, depending on the kind of organization that you're wanting to create. Everything you know now is important, but where do you want to go? Where do you want to leap to? So faith becomes an important piece of taking a risk to say, well, this is what I really want. I've never told anybody this, but this is the vision that I really want to have. Like Dawn saying, I want to have a noon Toastmasters meeting that meets online. And talking about maverick leadership, well, the maverick leadership piece was a little bit of a leap of faith for a Toastmasters group, right? So we had a chance to have many conversations about what that advanced maverick leadership is in order to include it. And it's a leap of faith that people are going to want to join a group that's about innovative leadership. Yikes. The eagle's view. Eagle is a very powerful symbol for leadership. The eagle has the big picture and can see these little minute details, really minute details. This is a really good symbol to keep in mind as a visionary leader. And the wing of an eagle is amazing. Covers a lot of territory. Eagles don't flock. They're often solo flying, not like you see other birds that fly in groups and formation. As a leader, this is one of your challenges, is you are on your own in some ways. You always have a landing place. Eagles always land someplace, and they're supported in their landing, but they're on their own a lot. And this may feel like what happens when you're a visionary leader. You're not going along with the crowd all the time, but you're using your vision in a way to expand something. Also, having a desirable direction. What is your desire about what direction you want to go? Is it clear? Are you focused on this vision? Are you clear about the direction? Are you focused on your direction? Are you willing to put the time and energy to have a clear direction? One of the purposes of a vision statement is to create clarity so that people know what kind of decisions to make. Do I go this direction or this direction? If we're a maverick leadership group, are we wanting to invite people into the group who don't like maverickness? That would be a no. If we want to have advanced leaders, then we don't want to have people who are still working on their competent communicators. That would not be a match. So having a context for making the decision is really important. The vision statement needs to include that. Here are some questions that you could ask if you are creating a vision statement. What does an organization do well? What is the most important thing the organization wants to do? What makes the organization unique or special? What does the team expect from the organization? What makes the team feel good about the organization? And taking each one of these is very helpful. A vision statement also provides a general vision. It's not specific. You don't get into a lot of details like how much money do we want to make or how many clients do we want to have, or the focus is what do we want to have as an attraction for people? How do we want to attract people? In our group, it's maverick leadership. We want to attract maverick leaders, right? That's our general direction. We want advanced feedback. That's our general direction. How are people going to interact with each other? Well, that's part of the vision statement, right? One of the pieces in our vision statement is providing advanced feedback. That's one of the things we're expecting from each other. One of the things we've had conversations about, multiple conversations about how the feedback loop works in our group. How is our team, how are we interacting with each other? And how are we responding to people who are coming in and wanting to join our group? The structure of the working relationships is also included in the context of the vision statement so that the teams understand what the structure is. So if our structure is in our group is focused on leadership and speaking, that's very specific. We know the structure is going to revolve around those things. It's very specific and helpful. If people don't want that, that's not a good match for them. Is it exciting? Oh my God, is the vision statement exciting? Because people like excitement. People are attracted to things that are exciting. They want to participate in things that get their energy going and their blood moving, and they have a reason to get up in the morning and participate. Getting up out of bed to participate in my Toastmasters group, right? I'm on the West Coast, so it requires being up early and getting prepared to be here. I want to do that. It's exciting. It's noble. I want to help achieve success in this club. What if there isn't a vision? There's chaos. People don't know what to do. They have no idea how to be in a relationship. They don't know where to go, what direction to follow. No vision, a lot of wasted resources. Time, people's time, communication time, money, scrambling around. It's like looking for your keys. Like you don't know where your keys are all the time. So you're scrambling around trying to find your keys. How much time do you waste every year because you don't have a place for your keys? It's the same in an organization. If there isn't a vision, then there's no way for people to understand what to do with it. Is there a solid foundation under the vision? This isn't going to work out too well for this sand castle builder. He knew that when he built it. Then you need to communicate the vision. As the leader, your job is to be enthusiastic, because if you're enthusiastic, people will grasp that energy and follow it and be in a relationship with it. Why does the vision matter? People need to know how their tasks fit in with the vision. They need to understand that. What's the big picture? If I'm going to be doing chemical testing, I need to understand how that fits in with the company's vision. People are likely to participate if they've had a verbal yes, if they've actually had to say out loud, yes, I'm on board, I'm willing this, because there's a commitment that happens if they have to verbally say it. This does not work, telling people what to do without their input. The response you don't want from your vision statement is boredom. It's not that the vision statement has to be like super, super exciting, but people need to feel excited about the vision statement, about the vision of where you're going. Commit to the vision. If you're not committed to this downhill run, you're going to be in deep trouble. So commit to the vision. This is your job as a leader, as a visionary leader, is to commit and put everything that matters to you in the process. And communicate about it, talk about it, like we've been doing in our table topics last week, was talking about the vision. I'm talking about the vision today. We read every week. Why is that important? Cooperation and collaboration is a very important part of this process as well. So making sure people are on board so that they can use cooperation and collaboration is necessary. 4, be flexible about changes. What if AT&T hadn't ever been flexible and they always wanted to just stay with this one telephone and they never wanted to upgrade? They'd be in deep trouble. They'd be out of business. There are companies that go out of business because they can't stay up with the changes. So you need your vision statement need to be changed. Effective leaders, visionary leaders, manage their realm. This means that they know they have a realm and they manage it and they take responsibility for that. You can delegate within it, but you know what the big picture is and you follow that. Effective leaders know that communication is a two-way street. You need to communicate and listen. Listening is really important in the communication process. And listening to your team. What if they do have somebody on your team who's a really amazing researcher and they're constantly on the internet and talking with people and reading a lot and finding out all these things? What input could they have that might help make the vision more specific and clear? Or they see some trend happening that you've missed and they need to share that with you. So trusting your team members is really important. It's your realm. Manage it. Here's an example. Steve Jobs, right? CEO of Apple, asked John Sully to come in and be CEO. John Sully takes over. He fires Steve. Steve loses his vision, and it's over a product that is visionary for Steve that Sully doesn't get. So Steve loses his vision, starts Pixar, and eventually comes back and fires Scully. Great example of how vision can get lost when you give your power away or your realm management away to somebody else. It will be smooth sailing, mostly, little bumps here and there, the wind comes up, when everybody is committed to the vision and can follow it. If you want to build a ship, don't drum up people to collect wood and don't assign them tasks and work, but rather teach them to long for the endless immensity of the sea. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.